I've not given tent stakes a lot of thought over the years. I've been using the Tarp Tent Pro Trail since 2018. That tent came with four 6-inch Easton Nano stakes, and I always use those as my main stakes. Over time, I've acquired some various other stakes, Y stakes, J stakes, and weirdly an I-beam stake from Big Agnes. I purchased a few of the Y stakes. All the other stakes have been found on trail. I'd use them occasionally, most often to guy out the sides of my Pro Trail when I felt it was needed. Recently, I decided to make my own tent. The objective? Lighter, simpler, and a smaller packed volume. So I set about designing it and ordering materials. Also looked for a place to buy some more Easton Nano stakes. Unfortunately, they were nowhere to be found. Tarp Tent now ship their tents with the DAC J stakes, and I found a Reddit thread that confirmed the Eastons were in essence no longer available. I was finalizing my tent design, and I was using my trekking pole and some line to mock up the tent and make sure that the dimensions felt okay. In doing this, I was just using some of those miscellaneous tent stakes that were in my gearbox. I didn't feel like unpacking the Pro Trail to get the Easton Nanos out. The other ones were just easily available. That's when I discovered how much the Easton Nano stakes meant to me. All of those other stakes were just extremely uncomfortable to push into the ground. Sure, I used them, they all worked, but they just didn't feel right. In the end, I got out the Easton Nanos and I used them along with two of the J stakes to kind of finalize my setup and the dimensions of the tent. It was at this point that I came to the conclusion that nothing but a hollow cylindrical aluminum tent stake similar to the Easton Nanos was going to work for me, even if that meant that I was going to have to try to make my own. But I did think I had plenty of the other stakes. They were all perfectly acceptable. Did I really need to purchase new ones? Was it really necessary? Yes, it was. There was something that niggled in the back of my mind at the thought of using those uncomfortable tent stakes. The notion of having to carry them in my pack, knowing that I would have to pull them out and drive them into the ground each night, that my palms and thumbs were going to be bruised from the whole affair. It just wasn't pleasant. For me, there's a simple beauty and elegance to those Easton Nano aluminum tent stakes. They are two pieces, but two simple pieces. The tip has an angle that's not too acute, not too oblique. The head is perfectly sized, which gives it kind of a deft tactility. It feels good when I'm pushing one into the dirt. It hit me then. That's why I've never actually thought about tent stakes. I didn't have to. The ones I had worked perfectly, felt right, and they just fit me. And for me, that's what it's all about. How do I feel when I'm out hiking? Does my gear suit me? Is it simple? Does it feel good to use? In the end, I did find some similar tent stakes from a company called Big Sky International. I don't care for the name of their product, but they were affordable and essentially what I was looking for. I got rid of the majority of those other stakes. Now I'm wondering, do I need to start thinking about my camp spoon?